Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit, and in the green, welcome back to Metroid Prime. From here on out, the rust is going to be setting in again. Which is kind of what I wanted to do in the first place, go through things a bit rusty and discover a few elements. Before we do go in that door, I at least want to show off the fact that we do get some really cool effects on our weapon when we charge them. For example, the electrical energy sparking along the arm cannon when we charge up the wave beam. If we jump over here, we'll need to get our scan visor out because we'll be ambushed pretty quickly. Also, if we're fast, okay. Now, Shadow Pirate. This guy is our welcoming committee, pirate forces trained and equipped for stealth operations. A select group of space pirates have access to sophisticated cloaking technology. This gear drains high levels of power, however, forcing them to rely solely on melee weapons in battle. Used enhanced detection gear when fighting these units. Notice how we can push them back and stun them, but what I was trying to demonstrate was that if you kill an automated turret with the wave beam, it will freak out and blast shots everywhere before exploding. It's a really cool touch. But as you might have guessed from that, we are in the pirate base in Phendrana Drifts. If we move into this room, we'll notice an auto turret in the roof and a security drone, which we can't do anything about, will set off the alarm.
Defeat enemies to unlock doors.
Here are our common or garden space pirates. Let's get the scan visor out. And we scan the dying one. We don't get any fancy scan entries for that, just space pirate. Sentient aggressor species well trained in weapon and melee combat. Space pirates wield galvanic accelerator cannons and forearm mounted sights in combat. This species seeks to become the dominant force in the galaxy, and their technology may help them realize this goal. Ruthless and amoral, the pirates care little for the cost of their ambition. Only the results matter, and they take these very seriously. So, as you can see, the wave beam allows us to shut down our opponents and the shots will actually home in. Whoops, there's one more. Now, where's that turret in the roof? All the way up there. Wait, I had it. Whoops. That's a walkway. There we go. So a little awkward because I was trying to get rid of that turret. Did we get it? Looks like we did. But the Space Pirate Research Facility, at least the first one we'll encounter, is up here. Oh, that's a turret. So yeah, they freak out. Those turrets freak out when you hit them with the wave beam, which is a really cool touch. So we're progressing beyond this door. This was where I got up to last time. Hopefully my hard drive doesn't screw up on me this time. Through this door, we're proceeding and I'm rusty from here on in. Move with extreme caution as we travel through the Space Pirate headquarters. Now, the Space Pirates in this game aren't treated like they're their own species, but they appear to be made up of a number of different species throughout the games. For example, we have Zebezians popping up as main Space Pirate forces in Super Metroid and indeed Zero Mission. Not to mention that their appearance actually changes quite a lot. Oh, hello. So usually we've got more than enough time to wind up stunning these guys. Where'd he go? I'm not walking. Oh, there. Right, we probably want to take care of them before we do anything else. Move very quickly, quietly, and carefully. And if anything gets in our way, electrify it. That's what I mean by the wave beam is a lifesaver. If you can wind up dodging well enough, the wave beam will allow us to stun most of our enemies and take out strong foes at a relatively slow pace. Where is he? Oh, and he's slowly sliding down the floor. Nice little touch, in all fairness. Alright, buddy, where are you? Move. There he is. How did that not hit me? Where'd he go? Whoop. Hang on. Lots of concentration required for fighting through waves of these guys. So there's a better demonstration just off in the corner there. Rightio. One more, I think. Rightio. So the music has finished. We can move around and have a look at these areas. Now, keep in mind, very, very important to check through these areas because they will provide us with a lot of information. That's where we came in. So, make sure you pay attention to what's in these tanks. So, basically the space pirates have been messing around with God knows what. But we'll pick up a lot of pirate data here. Our initial tests exposing Talon 4's indigenous parasites to Phazon appear to be successful. Increases in strength, size, and aggressiveness are common in all test subjects, as well as unforeseen evolutions like additional poison sacs within the abdomen, and the appearance of a second ring of mandibles in several subjects. These creatures were chosen because of their resilience, and it appears possible that, given enough exposure to Phazon, they may one day be able to survive on any planet we transport them to. Our methods will have to be refined. We currently have a 100% extinction rate after the 4th infusion period, and most survivors of the 3rd infusion stage are so violent and uncontrollable that they have to be euthanized. Even still, we remain hopeful that further experimentation will result in success. Hey, there we go. We're scanning very well. Now, I think one of these winds up... One of the pirate data sets winds up hiding it higher up. Also, ice beetles, we will get around to scanning those. So we've got all our data in that little alcove. Interesting to note that data is actually plural. Datum is the singular. Pointless trivia, I guess. Whoops. Anyway, more information. This will kind of be an exposition episode. We have codified the newfound energy source as Phazon. A V-index mutant... V-index or maybe U-index, of which we have very little reliable data. Indications point to a meteor of unknown origin impacting an indeterminable time ago, expelling Phazon into the environment. This material appears to possess lifelike characteristics, mutating organic life forms strong enough to withstand its poison. These mutations appear promising, with abrupt evolutionary leaps appearing in single-generation reproduction. Plans to establish a full science team on Talon 4 are being finalised. Not that one. That's what we want. Mining operations have begun near the crater where Phazon appears to be most concentrated. Daily Phazon yields have increased 44% and our mining system becomes more streamlined as personnel and equipment flows increase. Several incidents of Phazon-induced madness have been reported, prompting augmented life support to regulations in the deeper chambers. Symptoms include loss of equilibrium, erratic respiration, muscle spasms, and in the most extreme cases, hallucinations. A timeline reassessment for the refinery operation is recommended as the material proves more unstable than initial analysis indicated. And one more for here. Most terraforming and retrofitting of security checkpoints on Talon 4 is complete, but we continue to research the alarming epidemic of breaches by local creatures. Door records show no unauthorized entries, so we must presume the creatures are either slipping in undetected during daily personnel moves, or else finding their way in through subterranean tunnels. We have found many small breaches of this latter sort and plugged them wherever we can, but it is unlikely that we will ever achieve full extermination within our current timetable. So they're just as bad in regards to wiping out the local wildlife as Samus tends to be. Nothing on that one, so let's move on through the laboratory. Everything that we wound up seeing on the Space Pirate frigate is a result of their experiments. Now we do have a pickup in here somewhere. And there's something we should be able to scan here. It's not that one. We'll move around and we'll keep having a look. So we can pick those up. Do not handle sedated xenomes without proper ice containment equipment. What could they be referring to there? Now let's see. Nothing on these computers. Sorry if I'm taking my time. I've got to try and find everything so I can present it all to you. This is 100% run after all. We move through the area very carefully and we should... Okay, so we should be able to get a pickup in here. Cordite. Okay. Cordite appears in a few Chozo structures. But here's the problem. Cordite is a propellant used in naval guns and things like that. It's an explosive. How did the Chozo, and possibly the Space Pirates for using it, not spontaneously explode? I mean, you've got puffers. You've got shriek bats which can kill themselves. You've got the blood flower which can backfire and kill itself. Sap sacks explode. There are so many things on Talon 4 that just seem to design to blow themselves up. It's ridiculous. It's borderline unbelievable. Is this pirate data? Yes, it is. Research Outpost Glacier 1 in the Phendrana Drifts region of Talon 4's mountains is operating at 85% capacity. Sub-zero temperatures have made the Metroids sluggish and easy to control, even those well into Phazon infusion cycles. Cold containment stasis tanks are sufficient for the juveniles, but some of the larger Metroids have been moved to quarantined caves for safety purposes. Security doors remain an issue as malfunctions due to ice occur every day. Large predators in the wastes are also a concern as they continue to kill personnel and breach secure areas. Unfortunately, it has become clear that our containment teams cannot neutralize all of them without a vast increase in munitions and soldiers. Metroids. Not surprising that you're going to be encountering them eventually. So, in that unusual casing, you will wind up finding I think it's a missile expansion. I believe we've got everything we need in this particular area as far as scans go. Nothing else is lurking, so let's move on. Whoa! And we wind up... Is that a tougher one? Nope, just a regular one. Oh well, at least we can take them out pretty easily with the wave beam. It's a nice little effect. All those additional touches are really, really creative. And of course we have to hide just in case we get ourselves hit, but we can move on. Oh, hello. See, that's an excellent curveball. The wave beam is excellent at homing in, but anyway. Now, what I was saying, the space pirates appear to have several species involved. Zebesians appear to be the major space pirate species in some of the 2D games. And they will pop up at various points. But there appear to be many different appearances for the space pirates across the Prime games. They actually changed their physiology, and it is implied that this is due to all their experiments mucking around with Phazon and general body augmentation. So, we have to make sure we set up all our power sources for the projector in here. Make sure to grab a good array of pirate data as well. Phazon mining is underway. Several garrisons have been established and terraforming of the Chozo ruins is underway. Security systems are operational and science team continues to make progress in their biotech research. The Phendrana Drifts have proven to be an optimal location for research headquarters, and soon it will be joined by a fully operational combat base and starport. If Command's predictions are half true, we shall rise to dominance in this sector within a decacycle. Truly, these are glorious times. They just happened to forget about Samus. So I think it... there we are. Scans of the spiral sector detected a massive energy spike emanating from a Wanderer-class planet identified as Talon 4. Scout reconnaissance was immediately dispatched to the center of the spike, a landmass at heading mark 40.08.02, returning with planetary samples and atmospheric imaging. Analysis shows the energy source to be an unstable radioactive material of enormous potential. We are unable to perform an accurate risk assessment at this time, but we are unlikely to find an energy source this powerful again. Analysis will continue, but currently Talon 4 appears to be a viable secondary headquarters. Now, is there something up on these? No, we're pretty good to go for now, so let's scan this. If we head up here, we'll be able to start powering that generator. So yeah, the space pirates have generally changed in appearance quite a bit. There are all sorts of different species. They seem to augment their body with different bits of equipment. In fact, the ones in Metroid Prime 3 kind of look... well, they look like leeches in exoskeletons operating... basically bodysuits with limbs attached, if you look particularly closely. But there will, of course, be various other enemies along the way that will be associated with their cause. Rightio, let's get boosting. It is kind of odd trying to define exactly what a space pirate is. Perhaps the most common one is the Zebesian space pirate, but we have very clearly different ones in this game. So, well, it is essentially nebulous. It's not really a clearly defined species as such. That's basically what I'm saying. Unless, of course, the Zebesians wound up working with the space pirates, and there is a species that's just called space pirates. I'm not sure if it's ever entirely made clear. There we go. That node descends from the ceiling, and our holo projector activates. We want that. So, from a high vantage point, let's get our scan visor out. So, this one isn't important for our logbook, but this is planet Twin Tabula, 4.1 trillion teratons. Apparently, I think they got the maths a bit off. Planet is best known for twin fever, a disease caused by a viral strain native to Twin Tabula. In the early stages of the disease, victims suffer from double vision. When the twin sight fades, the victim is near death. Planet Dormine 2, 2.3 trillion teratons. An uninhabitable wasteland savaged by nuclear dust storms and constant seismic upheavals. Seems like a nice holiday destination. And this is Zebes, 4.8 trillion teratons. Planet's crust is primarily earthic ore, making it ideal for subterranean construction. A Class 19 planet, Zebes is inhospitable to most bioforms. The world was considered unremarkable until it became a base for space pirate forces. And this is the one we're on, Talon 4, 5.1 trillion teratons. Ecosystem studies indicate that Talon 4 was a biological paradise prior to the impact of an extraterrestrial object. What remains of the biosphere is slowly fading due to exposure to phazon radiation. At current rate of decay, Talon 4 will be a barren Class 13 wasteland in approximately 25 years. Pretty rough. Now, do we have any other planets? That's Twin Tabula. Dormine, Zebes. Now, the interesting thing is I don't think these are all in the same system. If it is, it's a remarkable coincidence. Anyway, Planet Billium, mass 3.8 trillion teratons. Quarantine, atmosphere is rife with Miteralis, a sentient gaseous global exterminator virus. Nice place. So, let's start making our way up to the higher parts of this area. Because that pickup we saw right in the middle there is the super missile. That will serve us very well in battles to come. Stick it up here. I have a habit of saying stick the landing, turn around. There is a save room through here. I don't think they hide any pirate data in these places. That would be a bit dodgy. We don't really need to stop off and recover our energy. But let's go through and grab the super missile. We'll put that to use very soon, the super missile. This powerful attack uses 5 missiles. Using the power beam, press and hold A to charge, then press Y to fire. So, let's finish things up by heading out this way. Oh, hello, crystallites. And there we go. So, we've encountered the strange, ultimately, genetically diverse space pirates, and definitely genetically diverse because they're constantly messing with their own DNA. Or at least it appears to be the case anyway. They could have multiple species involved. But let's call things for now, and we'll head through this particular door in the next one. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.